If you miss your Medicaid renewal deadline, your coverage stops. It's really that simple and honestly, that stark. Missing this deadline means you could instantly lose access to crucial healthcare, prescription medications, and essential medical support for you and your family. But hey, don't panic. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to make sure you have the exact roadmap you need to keep your essential health benefits active. We are walking through this together step by step. So you might be wondering, could you actually lose your coverage right now? Well, yeah. For 3 years during the pandemic, Medicaid renewals were completely paused. But that continuous enrollment period, it's over. Regular annual renewals are back. If you don't take action when your turn comes up, you absolutely risk a gap in your coverage. Our goal today is to give you some real practical value. Even if you're a complete beginner to this whole online system, by the end of this, you'll know exactly what to do.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll be covering 1. Understanding the renewal process. 2. Preparing for it. 3. The actual online step-by-step. 4. Troubleshooting issues. And 5. Following up. Let's jump in. Okay, Section 1. Understanding Medicaid renewal. Just to put this into perspective, more than 2 million Hoosiers, that is literally 1 in 3 people in the state of Indiana, rely on this coverage. Whether you're on the Healthy Indiana plan, which is usually called HIP, Hoosier HealthWise, or traditional Medicaid, you're part of a massive group going through this exact same process. So you're definitely not alone in this. Now, when you start getting letters from the state, you're going to see a ton of official jargon. The biggest word you need to know is redetermination. Don't let it intimidate you. Redetermination simply means an annual checkup of your information to make sure you still qualify. Typically, this runs on a 12-month cycle. Though a quick side note, federal rules are actually shifting some HIP expansion adults to a 6-month cycle starting in 2027. But for right now, just expect this once a year. So here is how this renewal actually goes down. First, the state will try to auto-renew you using existing electronic data from places like the IRS or wage records. They call this an ex parte renewal. If they can verify everything automatically, boom, you're good for another year. But, and this is a huge but, if they can't automatically verify your info, they're going to mail you a renewal packet 45 days before your deadline. If you get that form in the mail, it means standard renewal applies, and you must take action. Moving right along to Section 2, preparing for your renewal. What you actually need to gather up depends entirely on your specific Medicaid category. If you fall into what's called a MAGI group, think Healthy Indiana Plan or Hoosier HealthWise, the state really only needs to verify your household income and size. But if you're in a non-MAGI group, like the aged, blind, or disabled categories, you're also going to face an asset test. For a single applicant, this strictly limits countable assets to just $2,000. So once you know your category, gather these exact documents before doing anything else. Seriously, it saves so much headache. You'll absolutely need a valid email address and your social security number to make an online account. Keep your FSAI notice letter nearby because it has your specific case number right on it. Grab your recent consecutive pay stubs to prove your income, and if you're subject to that asset test we just mentioned, have your recent bank statements ready to go. You don't want to be frantically scrambling to find these mid-application. All right, Section 3, the online renewal step-by-step. While you technically can renew by mail, fax, or even in person at a local office, using the FSSA online portal is absolutely the fastest and most reliable way to lock in your coverage. It gives you real-time confirmation and only takes 4 basic steps. Let's actually walk through what you're going to see on your screen. When you navigate over to fsabenefits.in.gov, you'll hit a screen that looks just like this. It's super clean and straightforward. If you already have an account from last year, just hit that green sign-in button. If this is your very first time, click Create Account. This is exactly where that email address and social security number you gathered earlier come into play, just to securely establish your identity. Once you're logged in, you'll see your application summary. As you click through the steps to update your info, you'll eventually be asked to provide proof. When you click the Upload Documents button, you'll end up here. Just hit that Select Files button to attach the pay stubs or bank statements we talked about. The best part? It accepts standard formats like PDFs or even just pictures you snap with your phone, like JPEGs or PNGs. Now, after you hit Submit on those documents, this next part is absolutely critical. Whatever you do, do not just close your browser right away. Wait until you see this specific Upload Files confirmation message on your screen. Seeing this is your guarantee that the state has successfully received your paperwork in their system. Next up, Section 4, Troubleshooting Common Issues.
Look, let's be real for a second. Health insurance terminology is incredibly confusing. It's like reading another language. And sometimes web portals just glitch out. If you open your mail and the forms don't make sense or you can't get your password to work, please don't give up. You have fantastic safety nets built right into the Indiana system.
If you're completely locked out of the portal, just call 800-403-0864 and choose the option for Benefits Portal Tech Support. If it's the actual paperwork that has you scratching your head, I highly recommend reaching out to an Indiana certified navigator. These are professionals who offer completely free, unbiased help. They usually work at local nonprofits or health centers, and they can personally walk you through the whole thing. You can also always drop by your local Division of Family Resources office if you prefer in-person help. Finally, we've made it to Section 5, following up on your renewal.
Let's say the worst-case scenario happens. You accidentally miss the deadline and get a notice that you lost your coverage. Deep breath. Do not panic. Federal law actually grants you a 90-day reconsideration window. If your coverage was closed purely because you missed the procedural deadline, you still have 90 days to submit your renewal paperwork. If they process it and see you still qualify, your Medicaid gets fully restored. No need to start a brand new application from scratch.
Now, what if you did everything right, submitted it all on time, but the state sends you a denial notice saying you no longer qualify and you firmly believe they made a mistake? You need to pay very close attention to the calendar here. While federal guidelines talk about that 90-day window we just discussed, Indiana has a strict 33-day deadline to request a fair hearing appeal for a denial. You must submit your appeal in writing within 33 days of that notice.
To wrap things up, just keep in mind that state health policies, income limits, and even the look of the web portal can and do change. Always double-check the exact details on the official FSSA website or consult with a certified navigator for the latest information. Ultimately, the system is designed to check up on you, but it leaves us with one big question. How proactively are you checking up on the system to protect your family's health?